Sorry.
Are you taking my lines, Ray?
You're very welcome back.
Oh my goodness. Falter out Arash. That's what I was going to say. Thank you. Falter out Arash, go Ireland AM. Now, over the past few months, we've introduced a new segment here called The Years That Made Me, where we bring in Irish familiar faces and look back on some of their personal and professional milestones.
I'll go now, will I?
Yeah, now you can go. Go on.
God, I'm so sorry, lads. From motherhood to moving on in her career, broadcaster and podcaster, Síle Seoige joins us this morning. Lovely to see you, darling.
Great to see you.
How are you?
I'm good, really good this morning.
Good.
Happy Father's Day.
Thanks a million.
Oh, I'm
not Sheila's father.
I got to get it in.
just for the record, I'm not Sheila's father, right?
I am going to take the opportunity, though, to say
do it.
Yeah, happy Father's Day, Dad and Damien.
Yeah.
Aww.
And all the dads.
They deserve it. They deserve it.
Yeah.
Right, so for this segment, we generally ask guests to pick 3 years that shaped the person that they are now. So let's have a look at the 3 years for you. Which one do you want to go with for first?
Well, we'll go in chronological, will we?
Yeah, OK.
I think you chose 2011 as your first year.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of... I suppose when you ask a person a question like this of what are the years that shaped you, usually they're tough experiences because they're the ones that you learn the most from.
Yeah.
So in 2011, I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer. It's obviously something very much in my past now. It's 14 years ago. I was 32 at the time. But it was a difficult experience when I went through it. And it was a major wake-up call. But I will say, and I'm always very mindful that people will be watching this morning who have lost people to cancer, who are maybe going through treatment themselves. And I know how scary it is, how difficult it is. But if you're lucky like me and you get through your treatment and you're able to reflect on it, I can see it as... strangely, maybe for some people who might listen to me saying this, a positive in my life because it kind of brought a lot of good into my life. I learned a lot through the process. I also kind of allowed myself to unlearn a lot of bad habits and things. So, yeah, it ended up being ultimately a very positive thing in my life. But it was a major thing. So when you talk about the years that shaped me, yes, that was a year that shaped me massively.
That was the year of the diagnosis. And how long were you in treatment for?
Well, I suppose I had an operation, then I had a follow-up operation, and then I had treatment. And then it's a case of you're kind of in for tests and scans. But within a year, it was all behind me.
Wow, that's just... I'd have to deal with that. That's like you were just a child.
Yeah. I was very lucky, though, I suppose, that it happened at that age and I didn't have kids. I think if it happened now, I'm 46 and I have 2 young kids, that it would be a very, very different thing. And I can imagine it would be far more layered in terms of the fear aspect. But I was very fortunate. We got it early enough and I responded well to treatment. And it was good.
There's no way you're the same after that, though.
Yeah.
Well, no, not at all.
You said it there that you described it as a bit of a wake-up call. So were there any changes that you made? Like, did you prioritise personal life over professional or something in the wake of it?
Huge changes. I mean, I actually... completely changed in so many ways after that. And I pulled back from a lot of media work that I was doing. I went and I trained in yoga. I'm a yoga teacher as well. Really, you'd have to probably ask people that are closest to me to see how I've changed. But I certainly have found it to be a massively life-altering experience, but one that has ultimately been very positive.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next year you chose, Síle, which was Gobulus a Shock Day, 2011, when you gave birth to your first child, Cathal.
Again, anyone who has kids will know that, the second you become a parent, it's completely and utterly transformative. There's the life before and the life after. And, there he is. There's little Cathal when I was showing his face.
Yes, because you don't anymore.
No, I don't. I don't show Cathal or Cleon's faces anymore online. I suppose I just want them to have a normal childhood as much as possible. And, and we all know that there are so many dangers now to the online world, and there's so much that we don't know and understand. And I'd never judge anyone for what they do, but we just made a decision. When Cathal turned 3, we stopped showing his full face online, and we've done the same with Cleona now as well. So you'll see a lot of the back of their heads or maybe side profile photos, maybe on my Instagram page, but that'll be it.
How old is he now, Cathal?
He'll be 8 in August.
Right, so he's still too young, I suppose, to express a sort of... does he want to go on, any, I don't know, apps or Roblox or any of that?
No, he's not into any of that yet. We've managed to delay all of that so far.
Right. Yeah.
So we'll try and push it out as long as possible. If he's watching this now, he'll be saying, Mom,
we
need to get on this. Exactly. What is Roblox? I need to get on this.
I shouldn't have said anything. But yeah, totally different. And you've taken to it like a duck to water.
Look, it's the best thing that ever happened to me. It's incredible. Wow. In all the cliched ways that people talk about parenthood. And yes, it is challenging, and you know, at times I really struggle with being a gentle parent and fail miserably at it. But I absolutely love it. It's the best thing that has ever happened to me. They're two amazing kids. Like, you know, Colin's nearly 8, Cleon is 3.5, and they're incredible. But in that year, like, I became a mother, and then within a few months of Cathal being born, we bought our site in Spiddal, where we now live. So I've been living in Dublin for many years. I'm working in the media nearly 27 years now. And when he was only 4 months old, we bought the site, and we moved into our home last summer. So we lived in a mobile home for 2 years while we were building, and yeah, we moved in last summer, and life is good.
And what inspired the move back home? Little Shir go Connemara. What inspired the move?
Yeah, well, you know, as you'll probably appreciate yourself, if Austin you know, vi Hullort Gohalin, like, I grew up in a really nice place. You know, people are sound. You know, we're right on the water. It's a lovely pace of life, and it's a lovely, you know, lovely community to raise kids. So that was a huge factor for us.
Babysitters as well, though, I imagine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Takes
for sure.
Village, yeah.
The specific village is Spiddal, is the village it takes. Yeah. So it's awesome to be able to move home, and it is a beautiful part of the world. Right, 2017 then. That was the birth.
Yes.
Then we're moving on then from then to 2019.
Yeah. I suppose I turned 40. I finally started a podcast that I'd been talking about for years. And from there, I think it gave me confidence to really step into myself more and more. I suppose I'm using my Instagram page maybe more to talk about things that really impacted me. And it led on to me making a documentary about miscarriage. And I'm now working on 3 others for TG Cahid at the moment. So, yeah, all these things happened during that time. And I think it's that, you know, stepping into the unknown. Because I think coming from traditional media, I admired people who did podcasts, but I was apprehensive about it. I didn't know, God, is this for me?
Really? Why were you?
It absolutely is for you, Síle. I've listened to it. It's such a gorgeous podcast.
Oh, I love doing it.
Yeah, and you really connect with your guests and speak about important topics. But you've also been an amazingly outspoken advocate, of course, for Palestine and the case of the Palestinians. And maybe you'll talk a little bit about why this has been so important to you. It
simply became a situation where I couldn't not talk about it. I think it's very simply, as I know you'll probably appreciate, it's simply a case of humanity. What's happening is horrific and wrong. And I always think if it was me and I was Palestinian and I was living in Gaza with my kids and my partner, I would want people here in Ireland and other parts of the world screaming from the rooftops over what's happening and saying it's wrong. And that is essentially it. I think it's as simple as that. And we need to use whatever privilege we have here, and we have so much here. And there are so many ways, because I understand a lot of people feel helpless about the cause and what can we do, and doesn't make a difference. But everybody can use their voice and do something, whether you have a platform or a podcast, or whether you feel like you have, 10 followers on Instagram. Everyone can do something. We can all offer something. We can all connect to solidarity groups. We can all decide where we buy our cup of coffee. There are so many ways of showing support for what's happening, and it's absolutely necessary in these times. And if we don't do it, I think humanity is lost.
Someone else, speaking of platforms, someone else used their platform, well, Kneecap. The entire story around Kneecap has been a whirlwind. What do you make of that? Have you been watching it?
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, and anyone who follows me on Instagram will see that I'm fully supportive of them. And I think that's how you use your platform for good. Obviously, the ways they went about it, maybe some people feel are unnecessarily controversial, but they're getting people talking. And that is important, that we do keep it in the conversation.
Yeah,
there they are there.
Yeah, absolutely. I know. And now I know Liam Oak, or Makara as he's called, is now the subject of a court case. And it's just distracting from the actual story, which, as you said, is the plight of the Palestinians in Gaza.
That is the point here.
Absolutely. It should always be the point. So in May, Síle, you helped launch the AIB Community Fund. Tell us a little bit about why this cause matters to you.
It's a brilliant initiative. I was involved last year as well. And this is where, essentially, there's loads of money available for brilliant charities all across the country. So why wouldn't they benefit from this? It's a 2 or 3 minute job for somebody to go in on the website. So it's aib.ie/community-fund. I think I got that right.
No.
And you basically type in your details. All you need to have is the registered charity number, and basically give a few reasons why you think it's brilliant. So there are so many charities doing fantastic work for so many people who are vulnerable in society across the country. And wouldn't it be amazing if they could benefit from this? There's 10 days left, 10 days to really make a difference. So I think if somebody's watching this now and has a charity in mind, somebody they know who's in their village or their town doing brilliant work, just why don't you pay it forward? Take 2 or 3 minutes out of your day, go online, fill out the form, and they could be benefiting from thousands of euro that could go on to help people who really, really need it. Essentially, that's it.
Great.
What's the form again? AIB. What?
AIB.ie/community-fund. You were trying to catch me out, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. But do you know what? Everyone straight away has that thing in their head that's like, do you know what? We should tell them about that. Or there's that one person that is the person that will fill out the form. And it's like, I must tell someone about that.
I think you have to do it now, because I don't know about anybody else, but I'm in my mid-40s. I'm perimenopausal. If I don't do it now, it's gone. It's done. So do it now. Everybody's either on the phone or a laptop.
Absolutely.
Do it now. It'll take a few minutes.
Síle Seoige, Gurv, Míle Maithagad. It's great to chat to you.
Great to see you.
Cheers.
Thanks, Mel.
Now we head over to Derek. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, Gurmila, right now, who's for a slice of pie? Well, after the break, we'll be baking some apple tart in the kitchen. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.